episode of K&C's Treats and Eats. I'm 𝗜𝗡𝗚𝗏, and today we are going to be cooking up the perfect fall meal for you and your pups. We are going to be making bone broth, and why is this the perfect fall meal? Because it's warm, it's comforting, and it's full of a lot of great ingredients that are packed with healthy, nutritional value for your dogs. So, what we love about bone broth in our house is that it is a simple recipe and it is great for your dogs. It is good for them because it provides them with a lot of joint support, which is what we love because we have large breed dogs, and it is great as a preventative care for their joints because you want them to be strong and healthy so that they can spend a long time with you. It is also full of great nutritional value, so it is an immune booster. It has detoxing agents to help get rid of all those nasty toxins in your dog's body that they're exposed to on a daily basis. This is a superfood for your dog, and it works for all dogs, and every dog should be eating bone broth with their meals. So, as I mentioned, this is a simple recipe. There are not a lot of ingredients that you need to make your bone broth. Today for our recipe, we're going to be using apple cider vinegar, carrots, celery, and then we're going to be using 2 pounds of marrow bones and some oxtails. And what's really important about your bone broth is you want to use joint bones because they are jam-packed with cartilage, which again is great for joint support for your pups. You can use a lot of different ingredients to boost up your bone broth. For example, I'm going to be adding some herbs from my garden. You can also add mushrooms. You can do a lot of things. You just want to make sure that the ingredients you are using are safe for dogs. The first step in making our bone broth is that we are going to roast our bones for about 1 hour. So I put them in this roasting pan. As you can see, I'm going to add the carrots and the celery to make sure that they are all roasting for 1 hour. And then for today's recipe, we are going to be using our Instant Pot to cook our bone broth. So now that we're done cooking, we are going to transfer this into our Instant Pot. So for our recipe, we're using an Instant Pot. You can use a crock pot if you want to, or a stock pot, but we're going to be using our Instant Pot. We're going to cook it on low for 4 hours. If you have a crock pot, you'll need to cook it for 24 to 48 hours. The name of the game is you want to cook it low and slow. So now that we have all our food in the Instant Pot, we're going to add 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar to have some acid in our bone broth, and then we're going to just cover it with water. So now that you have your bone broth, there are many different ways you can use your bone broth for your pups. One of those ways you can do, and what we love to do here, is making frozen bone broth treats for our dogs. So we use these treats, and you can give them to your dog separately, or you can place them in your dog's meal to give them some of the bone broth. Another way that you can use your bone broth is by putting it in little containers. So we like to use these baby containers here because they're the perfect serving size for our pups. But you can put them in the container, you can leave them in your refrigerator and just pop them out at mealtime and pour it over your dog's food, or let them drink it by itself. You can also freeze your bone broth so that you can have it for a long time. It'll last in your freezer, and then you can pop it out whenever you're ready. Thank you for joining us for another episode of K&C's Treats and Eats. Let us know if you try this recipe and how your dogs enjoy it. I can't wait to see you all next time. Bye-bye.